Welcome all. My name is Maria Paula Borrás Patiño, but as many of you know me, Paula for short. This video is an overview of my portfolio. All materials shared here are part of the work done during the completion of my Master's in Education in Learning Design and Technology at the University of Georgia. With this video, I would like to show you how to navigate the website as well as a short review of its contents. Let's begin. The page you are now seeing is the home page. Next, you will find an About Me section where I have grouped personal information as my autobiography, an overview of my instructional design philosophy, as well as my resume. This section is followed by the program of study. In here, you will find details about the master's courses, and lastly, the programmatic themes where you'll get to see samples of my work during the master. Let's dive into each. Autobiography. The navigation of this page repeats in other places of my portfolio. You get to see the beginning of my statement and right below a drop-down with the rest of the information. I enjoy writing my autobiography and looking at the journey until here. I'm a late starter. I went to undergraduate school right after high school, but it took me about 2 decades to get back to school. And as you can imagine, it is not easy to make the decision to go back to school when your life is somewhat set. Or should I probably say when you're old and have not been to school in a long, long time. Therefore, writing this autobiography allowed me to reflect on all that I've learned and what are the biggest takeaways from the past 2 years. And I got to look back and see the 30,000 feet view, and I got to enjoy the view. Now, let's go to the overview. The overview contains my professional goals and my overview statement. The overview is my philosophy of what instructional design is, especially in my context, which is the corporate world. See the picture? Not the best picture, maybe, but I chose it because if you look closely, it's me doing instructional design work in my context, the corporate setting. Here in my overview statement, I have included information on what kind of knowledge and skills one might need to be a well-rounded instructional designer. You will also find what guiding principles inform my designs and how I envision the instructional design process as a series of layers that add depth and purpose to the final product. The last component in the About Me section is my resume, and you can see it right away. But if you like, you can also get a PDF version. Next, we move to the program of study. Here you can view each course completed during my master's program, along with the name of my instructions and the semesters in which the courses were taken. We move now to the programmatic themes. In this section, you'll find samples of my work from the past 2 years, along with the reasons why I chose to showcase them here. Navigating the themes is simple. You will start on a landing page with links to 2 separate works per theme. Once you click on one, you'll see a familiar design, similar to the About Me section. The beginning of each statement will be visible, and a drop-down will reveal the rest of the information. I have also added buttons for easier navigation. To view a sample work, simply click on it, and it will open in a separate window. For the first artifact for Professional Foundations, I chose a group project from Introduction to Instructional Systems Design. This class was led by Dr. Robert Branch. This was a group project, and one of our team members connected us with our client. Our goal was to help academic advisors at Kennesaw State University transition from using a Word document system for when they do their graduation planning to a more robust online platform called DegreeWorks. I chose this artifact because it provided an essential foundation in the instructional design process and provided a process that I could reference in future projects. Also, the experience reinforced the importance of knowing how to communicate when working as a team, and this facilitated working in teams for the rest of the program. The second artifact for professional foundations themes come from Edit 7150. The class was Principles of Human Performance Technology with Dr. Jill Stefaniak. I'm actually including a couple of artifacts in my portfolio from this course because the course content aligned with my interest in improving performance in corporate settings. In this class, we were introduced to the Pecha-Kucha format, a 6-minute, 40-second presentation with 20 slides. I chose electronic performance support systems as my topic because it is highly relevant to my work. Electronic performance support systems is all about supporting employees directly on the job, which is something I'm passionate about. The challenge of the Pecha-Kucha format was condensing a lot of information into a short, clear presentation, and I had to apply cognitive load theory to keep it accessible without losing depth. Each slide included a definition and example to help the audience connect with the topic. This project was a great opportunity to demonstrate my ability to manage content and communicate complex ideas in a simple, engaging way. It is an important skill for instructional designers, and that's why I've included it in my portfolio. It highlights how I apply theory and technology in practical, real-world ways. The second programmatic theme is planning and analysis. The two artifacts I chose were made both for the Coca-Cola Company at the Atlanta Syrup plant. The first was a needs assessment done for Edit 7150, Principles of Human Performance Technology, led by Dr. Stefaniak. This was a group project in which we needed to identify factors contributing to equipment downtime on the box former line and propose solutions to increase production. I enjoyed doing this project because it aligned with my goal to drive positive changes in a corporate setting. Our work included developing data collection tools, conducting observations and focus groups, collecting survey data, and providing both instructional and non-instructional recommendations. For the second artifact, in these themes comes from my work in 7520, Online Teaching and Learning with Dr. Lauren Baggi. This work builds on the needs assessment completed in Human Performance Technology. One key recommendation from that assessment was to enhance training programs for the operators of the box former equipment. And this design document represents the first step contributing to the development of the training module, which I'm currently also developing for Edit 7520. Design and development theme. The first artifact was developed in the course Edit 6210, Team-Based Design of Interactive Learning Environments, led by Dr. Ross Palmer. As the course title suggests, this was a team project. Our client, the Enterprise Information Technology Services Department, EITS, at the University of Georgia, tasked us with creating an introductory training for Team Dynamics, a ticketing system used by EITS personnel and other departments across UGA. Our group, Sol Design, developed a module called Introduction to Team Dynamics. My primary role was to develop the module in Storyline 360 and integrate it with Speech, an LMS that supports microlearning modules. By the way, the app name is spelled with an A, Speech. This project was especially rewarding as we won the award for Outstanding Instructional Design by a graduate student from Nova Southeastern University, given by the AECT Design and Development Division. I also had the opportunity to design our team logo, which makes the experience even more memorable for me. The overall experience this project underscores is the importance of understanding and addressing stakeholder needs, as well as selecting the right technologies and strategies to meet instructional goals effectively. The second artifact in design and development is a project in Edit 7170, Advanced Instructional Design for Dr. Jill Stefaniak. This assignment involved exploring a contextual factor in depth, and I chose the social support factor in the orienting context. I have included it because I'm pleased with how I presented the information clearly and comprehensively, alongside interactive elements and a well thought out visual design. The next theme is evaluation and implementation. The first artifact is an evaluation plan. This project was done in EDIT 7350 for Dr. Lauren Badge. It was a group endeavor, and the goal was to measure the effectiveness of a training program for directors of a company preparing to take on higher leadership roles like the vice president role. We did a summative evaluation, and we used the Kirkpatrick module to guide the design of the data collection tools we develop. I chose this artifact because it shows my ability to recommend effective evaluation methods and assess instructional interventions. The next artifact under the evaluation and implementation theme is the executive summary created for EDIT 7350 with Dr. Badge. This was the third part of a larger team project evaluating a 2-year program designed to empower elementary school teachers to integrate technology effectively into their classrooms. Our analysis of the data highlighted the program's strengths and weaknesses. For the executive summary in Part 3, I work independently to provide conclusions for the evaluation, along with my recommendations for improvements to enhance the next round of the program. I chose this artifact because it showcases my analytical skills and drawing conclusions from complex data and demonstrates my ability to effectively evaluate and optimize instructional programs. And this brings us to our last theme, management. For this artifact, I chose the Electronic Problem-Solving Training Project, completed for EDIT 7550 with Dr. Robert Branch. Our client was the Department of Workforce Education at the University of Georgia, which sought out our expertise to evaluate and provide recommendations to enhance a training program aimed at improving problem-solving skills for survivors of traumatic brain injury. Working under a tight timeline, we focus on delivering prompt feedback to allow our recommendations to be applied to subsequent modules in development. This project put our project management and evaluation skills to the test, resulting in a final product that successfully met our clients' expectations. I chose this project because it was one of my final team efforts in the master's program, and while I've been very fortunate to work with excellent groups throughout my master's, in this team I could truly sense the maturity we had developed in instructional design processes, and especially in project management. This experience taught me to bring empathy and perspective to our work, skills that not only helped our team succeed, but will also guide me in future collaborative projects. And for the last artifact of my portfolio under management, the end run process, it's a video that was a solo project that I created for the Coca-Cola Atlanta Syrup plant during EDIT 6500 under Professor Dr. Aikson Choi. The purpose of the video was to ensure that operators properly clear the production line of one flavor syrup before starting the next, preventing mix-ups in flavors. This was a critical need, and a gap in knowledge had been identified, and operators needed a visual refresher to the reinforced steps. Managing everything from the storyboarding process to filming and editing, working with operators as actors, and organizing shoots in a busy production area was definitely a challenge, but also really rewarding. I'm including this project in my portfolio because it shows how I can take a project from start to finish on my own in a corporate environment, and the positive feedback from the leadership team made it all the more worthwhile. In terms of the video's value, I can see a few things I would change if I were to film it again today. This video is not perfect. However, it is included here because it provided a great learning opportunity and the skills I gained from this project are invaluable. This concludes my portfolio overview, and I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the faculty in the IDD program for their guidance and support over the past 2 years. It has been an incredible, valuable experience, and I am committed to applying everything I've learned and to continuing my growth as an instructional designer every day. Thank you all very much.